Then I think this is a post-lunch session. I hope you will not be very drowsy. If you feel bored, you can interrupt me with questions. Okay. Let me start with my topic. Okay. Topic given to me is the millets. Okay, it's a very hot discussion everywhere. 2023 it was International Millet Year because of focusing more on its importance. Okay, everywhere if you see millets, because now you can see here the adverse change in the climatic effects. Now you can see there is a fluctuation in temperature, even rain, everything. Apart from that, our lifestyle has changed, and also with all this mechanical lifestyle, we are dealing with so many lifestyle disorders like diabetes, cancer and other things. So which is a very need-based topic for this present situation, global scenario. So to start with, I think many I heard that only two are from, one is my engineer from science, okay, and one more food scientist I heard, and apart from that the rest all are from engineering background. So just I wanted to just focus on, sir asked me to focus on food, okay. I think why you eat food? First question, not for food scientist. You had food, huh? Just I want to make you active. Huh? Energy is enough? Protein, then carbohydrates is the energy, right? Then
nutrients, micronutrients, major nutrients.
okay. Just to say, okay, food is it is called as anything what we eat, it should nourish your body. It should not cause any harm effect. And basically food contains 6 nutrients, right? Carbohydrate, fat and protein. What's said? Macronutrients. Okay, these are majorly gives energy for us, but proportion of intake should be very adequate based on your lifestyle and other things. So majorly it should be from carbohydrate. Then comes the fat, then protein. Okay, so these are the macronutrients. Micronutrients is vitamins and minerals, which is the one more. I said 6. Basically, water. Even though it doesn't give consider as a nutrient, it doesn't provide much nutrients, but it is considered nutrient because our body is made up of 60 to 70% of water. Okay, if you can stay without food for 1 week or so, but you can't stay more than 2 days without water because 60% of our body is made up of water, every cell and every part of the body. So these 6 are very important. Apart from that, also food contains some antioxidants, phytochemicals, which you learnt in COVID, right? We are all having all this kashaya and all, because these contains the antioxidant phytochemicals. Antioxidants means when we eat something, body releases free radicals, right? Toxins, what we say. To throw from our body, we need an antioxidant because free radicals are positively charged. So we need to throw. So to throw away from body, we need antioxidants and phytochemicals. We can find these in all these spices. Okay, actually spices don't give any nutrient, but they are essential because they provide antioxidants and phytochemicals. Phytochemicals are the one which will be present in plants, not in animal foods. Okay, so these play very important role. Then apart from that, now we are focusing more on fiber. Fiber is also a complex carbohydrate, but what we are consuming now is the more refined foods, which are very toxic to our body. We have to consume whole thing, but what we are consuming is refined one. When we are consuming refined one, we have to protect it with especially fruits and vegetables. But how many of us we consume fruits and vegetables? At least once in a week we will have. But every day nowadays, what the ICMR says we have to consume. Earlier we used to say apple a day keeps doctor away, right? But now 3 fruits per day. Okay, means 3 serving, morning, afternoon, evening. We have to, because we are consuming more refined, which is lacking in the vitamins and minerals. We have to, especially fiber also. We have to supplement with fruits and vegetables so that we will get it to the body. So, especially these 3 macronutrients, carbohydrate and protein, fat, when we need to get digested in our body, we need support as a vitamins and minerals. Okay, so carbohydrates, where you find all these cereals, millets. Okay, so they provide carbohydrates. Proteins we get from pulses. Okay, pulses are all these dals. Okay, then fats. Fats is not our dada. Okay, so good one like our safflower, sunflower, that do not refined one. Just it is extracted. Okay. So when it is refined, everything will get vanished. So that is how we have to. But our diet should contain energy from all carbohydrates based. That is especially cereals and proteins. But it should be only 60% from carbohydrate and 15 from protein. That is pulses, and only small quantity 10% it should be from sugar and fats. Okay, but if you think of your diet, it is reverse of it, right? You are consuming 60% from sugar and right bakery products, all sweets and everything, right? But we have to be reverse of it. And apart from that, we are having sedentary lifestyle. How many of us are active? Not active just mentally, physically. It should be whatever you do every day. 1 hour exercise is needed because everything is on our point. So that's why mechanical life is leading to so many disorders. In these present situations, okay, though millets are focused. Why millet? You start with. Okay, what are these millets? Just they are a grass, it is belong to that grass family. Okay, so mainly it is a organic one because cultivation it doesn't require any fertilizers and diseases are not caused by this because it is that because of that it is called a natural organic healthy food. Okay, because all other commercial products, wheat, rice, everything it requires lot of pesticides and fertilizer. Okay, so that's why now we are focusing more on the millets. And this is not a new thing. Okay, so if you see the history of our food ancestors, this as it is a grass. Okay, humankind earlier they used to just roaming here and there and collecting food. Okay, so during that period, grasses, especially this millet, they were thought. Okay, then they started having it. So even you can see Vedic period, even in the even BC period. Okay, so it was consumed. Even Vedas and other, even Harappan period. So that is how the importance was seen. If you see the present production scenario, why India is focusing, why India is recognized for millets? Because India is the leading producer of millets. If you see the whole world, 80% of millet is produced from India. Okay, so and it doesn't require much rain or water, and one more, it doesn't require pesticides and any fertilizer. With a very low fertile land, it can be cultivated. So poor farmers can cultivate. So when there is a lot of production, they can be exported. So we can catch our strength of India. So that's why Modi ji in 2021, they in World United Nations Assembly, it was proposed that 2023 should be celebrated as an International Millet Year. Earlier in 1916 onwards it started, it was just in a district level, then in a state level, then it is into international basket. Because we can catch the strength of our country. So what is the benefit as a crop if we consider? This, as I said, it doesn't require fertile land, short period duration crop, within 2 months, 2.5 months, depending on type of millet, cultivation is done. So short period we can have food, okay? And also it is rich in so many nutrients, okay? That's why it can give us nutritional security today. You know, we are the leading population in the world. So we have to, now we have achieved food security. But now we are focusing more on nutritional security. Means everyone should get nutritious food, just not just satisfying our stomach, but we have to give nutrients to our body so that we can reduce so many disorders. When disorders are reduced, less morbid, then more production. So that's why capacity can be increased. Then one more is, nowadays, I think you know, wheat and rice is not our crop. Okay, during the Second World War, to meet food security, it was imported from other countries. So earlier millet was the major staple food for us. When wheat and rice entered into our country, millets needs lot of strength to remove that husk, upper one, hard grains, and one more thing, during the process of harvesting, there is a chances of entering stones. So that's why, because of all these problems, earlier they used to have manual removing and other things. So because of that tediousness, so people when wheat and rice, which can be cooked easily, it entered, so they forgot that millets. So it is not a new thing. It was, when we were in childhood, we used to have it. Because earlier it was called as a poor man's food. Because when poor people they consume it, they can work for a longer period. It will postpone the hungry duration. So that's why it was called, because poor people they used to have less money to consume. So that way it was. And one more thing, we need a more strength to work. So any consumed millets, it will give so much of strength and health and body immunity. So that's why it was called as a poor man's food. But now it is called as a rich man's food. So see, when 2000 year, when I was working in Ballari, okay, where I used to promote this, nowadays was the most fun. We used to tell that those people, please enter into your diet so that it will improve your health. They used to say, if we prepare millets, nane or sajji, joda, bigger baradil manege. Means they used to be graded as poor income people. Now, the reverse of it. Because of so many factors. Okay? So, now cereals. So, this is how it is classified. Major millet, minor millet, and pseudo cereals. So let us see one by one very fast, okay, it's their importance, because everyone will not be aware of the millets, because every, I think 2 years continuously I visited your engineering college, cooking competitions here. They used to keep maize or the cereal, millet. Even pulses, they thought that it is a millet. So children are not aware of the millets. Just I wanted to highlight on it. First one is the foxtail millet, because it looks like a foxtail. The picture you can see here. That's why it is called as a foxtail millet. In our local language, it is called as a navane. Okay. So majorly, it is the grains are very small one. So color, usually we find it a red color one. We can have a yellowish and white also. Okay. So usually this foxtail, they are very rich in dietary fiber, protein. One, it is containing a lot of vitamins and some of the minerals. Then how we can use this anything. So, but one thing to tell about this millet, even though it is a very small grain, it will have 7 layers on that grain. Okay, 7 layer of husk. Okay, first one or 2 or 3 is removed. Even though you will have 4. That is why it is the most nutritious millet, what we say. If you consume every day one serving, we can overcome so many neurological disorders, even all lifestyle disorders like diabetes, cancer, heart problems, even we can reduce our body weight. So because even when 3 to 4 layers is removed, that amount is it will get attached to grain. That's why that is a very nutritious one. But it is not palatable because means it is tasty. Because of fiber, some people they don't like our maida. Maida is just a gluten because it adds taste, but it doesn't give any nutrients. It's very toxic to our body. Okay. Then it can be used in as a khichdi or any form of it. Then especially as it contains antioxidants, it also can overcome so many cancers and other things. So majorly we can reduce the especially oxidative stress. What is oxidative stress? When you are tensed, what will happen? You will forget everything. You start expecting that oxidation. So carbon dioxide enhances oxidation, oxygen reduces. That's why you feel forgotten. You feel some people feel like sleeping. Some become unconscious because oxygen will reduces. So this you consume this, you can maintain your health status. Okay. Mental status is very important. Next is the proso millet. I think picture you can say down. Okay, proso millet is nothing but a barabu. Okay, when it is a very underutilized one, then this can be commonly be it is not it is available in market, but we don't use much because of cost. Okay, then it will be in the color white, brown, and yellowish color. So then it can be cooked like oil form. When we can make it to rava, it demand flour, protein also it can utilize. Mainly it is important is for muscle development. I think nowadays muscular loss is also major problem after 35. Okay, muscle will start decline. So muscular weakness, body pain, everything is can be over. Next is our favorite dish of jowar. Jowar it will come in 4 colors: white, cream color, even red. Okay, I think localites will be knowing they have their specific uses. Okay, even like a sweet corn, we can have that particular variety, seedni jowar. Okay, so that can be done. Then one brown or reddish color, it is very high in especially antioxidant. Okay, dark colors are more preferred now because they contain lot of antioxidants. But it is very nutritious, but it is not acceptable like our ragi because of its starch structure. Okay, but it is very tasty. It can, even we have conducted research, it can be utilized in any form. Even roti can be done, but bakery products will be excellent from this. Okay, then even this white, I think you know.
I have a question regarding this. Jowar. Doctors say that by eating jowar, the diabetes level will increase.
Said rice is the one which contains, especially nowadays we are telling, don't eat rice and wheat. Okay, because of a lot of pesticides and other thing, one thing. And when it is rice is polished, everything is lost, only starch will be there. Okay, so as good as it's a patient, I think when we are in it is be given to the patients. So even bread also, it used to be branded as when whomever used to take that bread now, they used to ask who is selling. But now it is entered into everyone's kitchen, so no one is healthy. So that is how. But we can make it healthy by adding our millets, right? So, to look into the carbohydrate content structure in this millet it is not easily get digested. Slowly it depletes. That's why digestion is slow process. It releases glucose level very slow into bloodstream. That is why means it is in a complex form. Okay, that's why it's very good for the people who are diabetic or the people who want to curb their eating. Some people will have an eating habit, always munching something, so that can be suppressed. Then because the stomach satiety, it will not feel like hungry frequently. Okay, and one more thing, as it is a complex carbohydrate, fiber is also one factor which can overcome so many health problems. Okay, then coming to protein, the protein content in millets is as good as like pulses. Okay, so it is very good compared to wheat and rice. It has got a good essential amino acid. Essential amino acids which are required by our body because body can't synthesize. We have to only provide through diet. Okay, so that's why it is very essential. It has got a very good essential fatty acid. That is why if you prepare dosa from our bajra, you feel that egg smell because of high quality protein. So it is almost similar to egg and other things. So good quality protein has got. Then coming to fat content. Okay, so especially this fat content in millets is also very good. That's why when you keep as it is millets, no, it will not infected with the insects. Okay, especially underutilized part. Not this, even ragi also can keep for 1 year also, it doesn't. But except jowar and bajra, it will get infected faster because of especially unsaturated fatty acid which is required by our body. Okay, one thing. And the outer layer of the special millets is very hard, so they can't penetrate, moisture will not enter into, so that is keeping quality is one. Then once it is made into rice, but you can't keep for more than 15 days or 1 month depending on type of millet, because once the outer layer is removed, the fatty acid which is very good in millets, which is very good for our heart and brain, okay, especially neurological disorders and other things, this is a very good alternative. Even all our muscle strength, everything can be improved by essential fatty acid. So one thing is that once it is made into rice or flour, it can't be kept for longer because of it develops rancidity, that is off flavor. Okay, because of the oxidation process. If you keep this coconut for a longer period, you will have that. Similar like here also. So that's why it should be kept, packed very tightly and kept so that you can avoid. So, and another thing is this after this vitamins and mineral if you consider, especially this millets, they have got a good vitamins. Okay. So, but when they germinate and other thing, it enhances water soluble vitamins also. Okay, especially B, even A is also high. Okay, then one is that why I am given especially tryptophan. Tryptophan is also essential amino acid. Okay, it is body is not prepared, but this millets will contain, which is very much essential for our good sleep. Sleeping is also not easy now because of our so many gadgets or other distractions. Okay, so it's not easy now. But if you consume millets, especially savi or navane every day, you can have a good sleep. Okay, so that because it provides the tryptophan, along with that it has a good other vitamins, especially this B1 and B2 which are essential for our brain soothing. Okay, that's why it's very, and for memory also it is very good one. Then antioxidants, as color only says, dark color. So they contain lot of polyphenols and other things which is lactate and vitamin A, essential fatty acids, even zinc, all these are the antioxidants which will Then magnesium, which is present in this, it is a microneutral, okay, which will overcome especially heart attack and migraines, okay, because heart needs that magnesium for pumping and all. So they all are interrelated, okay, all vitamins, minerals and all macronutrients. Then we have to take in a right proportion every day. That is called balanced diet. Or if you just satisfy your hunger, you will end up with the other problem. Okay. So, especially niacin is the one which is having more in especially millets. It will reduce the cholesterol production, bad cholesterol. Okay. Then phosphorus also it helps in metabolism. Then fiber, as I said earlier. Then whole grains are better than the refined ones because they will provide lots of nutrients. If you see into the, I think no need to explain. Why we should eat millets, okay? As already I have discussed, because it is rich in micronutrients, complex carbohydrates, lot of fiber, low glycemic index, okay? Then bulking property, especially slow fiber, okay, so that will postpone your or reduce your hunger. Okay. Then fasting food, especially it will help to have a chronic disease prevention, especially chronic means long term. So you know, 20 years back, only 1 or 2 used to have a diabetes. They used to think, diabetes, as if they used to think that it is an untouchable disease. Now they are asking, you don't have. It has become like our cold and cough because of our food habits, lifestyle and other things. So, but we can have or prevent. Genetically is one factor. I think you know India is the capital for diabetes in the whole world because of high carbohydrate consumption, but not proportionately taking pulses and fruits and vegetables. Because of that, what happens when you consume only sweets or other things? What happens? High carbohydrate. To metabolize that, if you don't have protective vitamins, minerals, what happens? It will convert into bad fat and it will be deposited in your body, like obesity is one. Okay. Then weight management, as I said, fiber and other things. Then bone health, because the rich in especially calcium, magnesium and other things. Especially this gluten intolerance. Earlier it was not a problem, okay, but it was a problem in Western countries because they used to have more wheat, but our staple food was millet. But now we are consuming lot of wheat. Because of that, gluten intolerance is commonly seen nowadays. Along with that, colon cancer was not a problem in India, but now also it has become a problem, mainly because of the refined food is one, and another one is high wheat intake. So, because wheat contains gluten is the one. So, for that to overcome this problem, millet is very good solution. Building bone strength, it has magnesium, calcium, and other things. So, if you want to have good skin, you have to consume. If you want to look very smart, healthier, so having glow skin, then go for millets. Avoid all these pimples and other things. So avoid our junk food, all this pizza, burger and all. It is good just for your tongue. Okay, suppress your likings or what I say, your cravings. Go for which is good for our body. Then it supports immune system because it has got good fat, good protein, along with that vitamins and minerals, which will strengthen our immune system. Then control sugar, then digestive health because of fiber and everything. Anti-aging also, if you want to postpone your aging, look young and other things. Avoid sugar or your junk food, because when you eat more sugar and more fat, it releases more free radicals. You look very aged at your younger age. So I think baldness is one which can be seen everywhere, even in 30 plus. Even in students also you can see, because of our food habits. So if you can't improve your food habits, you have to taste medicines. It will become your then healthy cells. Okay, I think you know every day your body will be regenerating cells, right? It will be dying and regenerating. But after 30 it starts declining. Okay, to regenerate you have to give time. How many of you sleep at below 11 o'clock? Only staff, I think. Because everyone is having workload is another one, gadgets, electronic gadgets another thing. If you sleep late, what happens, you know? Body will start repairing only during your sleeping period. When you are in what elders will say, take tablet and sleep for some time. If you sleep, body can regenerate. Otherwise, if you don't sleep, what happens? It skips the activities. That leads to metabolic disorders. If you postpone 1 hour, the work, what you will do? It will be done in that, it will get postponed. It's biological clock, it will get affected. So that's why we have to see that our mechanism should be maintained. If you are very healthy, automatically 3:30 your body will wake up if you observe your body. Because after 3:30 it will start, up to that it will regenerate and through the metabolics waste. So that's why your body wakes up to throw from your body. You will go for urine or some people. If you control it, what happens? It starts reversing. Your body mechanism now start reversing that also. So that toxin should start harming your body cells. So you have to be very careful. So early get up is better. Okay, if you sleep early, better. So because if you get up late, that postponement will be connected. So that leads to obesity. If you get early now, you try from tomorrow, you will be very active because your body mechanism will be in the streamline. That's why we have to see that. So if you consume minutes now, you will have good sleep, you will be very healthy, active, everything. So this is the alternative. Junk food should be avoided. That's for detoxification it does. So how much you have to consume? People will come to me for counseling, I don't know. They will say, I will be eating every day, madam, so much morning, afternoon, evening. That too much is toxic. Why I will tell you later. Okay? Only one serving is enough. Either it may be afternoon or morning. Night is not suggested because it's heavy. We have to eat less food because of our less sedentary lifestyle. So afternoon or morning is better time. Only 35 grams is working. Okay, 35 to 40. Then weight loss, for that also it is recommended extra so that it will reduce your hunger period because of the low glycemic index. So I was telling you why we should know. If person is very successful and going ahead, there will be some people to push them back. Similarly, even though there is a nutrients, some toxic will be there to hinder that availability. So that is the, in a layman's language we can say toxins. Okay. So millets contain some factors like glycogens, polyphenol, tannins, okay, phytates and all. Because these will, what happens? They will hinder the availability of nutrients to the body. Some will hinder metabolism, some will not make available for the absorption. So goitrogens is the one. These goitrogens we can find in all cabbage, cruciferous and cabbage, cauliflower and other things. So similarly, when it is in the millets. So if those who are having thyroid problem, these goitrogens, they will interfere in the metabolism of iodine in our body. So that will hinder the activity of thyroid. Thyroid gland, I think everyone knows, it will be here, the below our neck. So this is very important for all our brain function and other things because it really prepares us or releases so many hormones, T3, T4 and other things. Okay, so that is how we need it. So how to consume, I'll tell you next. It is required, but the form of consuming is also very important. And also they contain tannin and all other phytic acids and all, especially in the outer layer of the brains. So we have to process it to reduce them. So that processing is very important. So processing method is, one is we can remove the outer layer, just one layer is okay. In only harka and other things, it's very hard, you can remove that. So one thing is we can reduce them by so many procedures like milling, one is light milling, then polishing should not be done. Don't use polished millets because as people are not palatable because of fiber, now polished millets are also available in the market. Don't go for that. So if you want to purchase a read the label, it will be written how many type it is polished and other things. Then parboiling is another one. Parboiling means soaking for some day. Then it is boiled. Okay. Then blanching means one other one. Blanching means you can in boiling water it can be put in, and later time 15 minutes it can be taken out and dried. Then de-hulling is removal of the husk. Then fermentation is another one. Fermentation means, I think you know dosa and all. So even nowadays is latest is it is grain is soaked and milk is taken. Vegan milks, I think you know vegan curds and all. So the millets are soaked, then milk is extracted and made into so many products, milk products. It's alternative to the especially animal milk. Okay, because nowadays due to so many problems now, vegan is more forward compared to milk products. Animal based. Then germination is another one. It's very important. So they will remove. It is not taken. So these are the products what we can make into. Okay, it can be made. These are the millets. Okay, those were the grains. These are the rice. What we can have. Products can be prepared, so many are there. Any product can be prepared, one biscuits, buns, these all are made in our bakery. I have brought only, I think it is like our prasada. Today our students did this. Okay, you can identify the millet. I will tell you what they are. Then, so this is one prepared. And all these traditional foods like our shatarpadi, pain and others. So we have to challenge is that we should encourage people to consume. Okay, why? Because they think that it is a low graded, low class, low economic. So we have to give education. Because of poor shelf life, it is not consumed. We have to see that shelf life has to be enhanced. Then supply chain issue should be enhanced so that farmers should cultivate, make available, processing, then made available in the market so that consumers can afford to buy. Then hybrid varieties, one other work is going on in all agricultural universities. So many varieties are coming up. So this is the thank you from millets. So any questions?
If you and here, hello.
That is it.